Hey YouTube, how's it going? This here is the vlog that I really meant to get put up yesterday, but I ran into a few difficulties and then I just got to the point where it was too late and too tired to get anything done right. So I'm getting it up here today. And what's the big news? Well, the snow is back. Have a look at this. Well, here it is. The snow is falling again. It's about 30 degrees out. The propane tank is down to just a little over 50%. And I'll tell you what, I will be very glad to never see this sort of crap again. It's cold out here, boy. Well, here it is about an hour later. The snow continues to fall rather heavily, it seems. And we have already reached about an inch to an inch and a half accumulation. Forecast is calling for approximately 4 inches or more. We'll see. Well, here it is several hours later, and the snow continues to fall. Granted, the fall is not nearly as heavy as it was earlier, but the effect is the same. We're up to about 3 to 4 inches in depth, and it is continuing to accumulate. It is also continuing to be effing cold. What's really fun is right down there at the end of the driveway, a little bit past where that telephone pole is, I have to take the garbage down there sometime tonight or early tomorrow so that it will be collected. Boy, I'm looking forward to that trip down the driveway. Not. Definitely pretty good sized snowstorm. The snow is over, of course, now, and as you can tell by all the bright light coming through the window there, that it is a very clear, very, very bright, painfully bright day. But on the bright side of that, at least there's no more snow coming. And there hasn't been any power failures in my area, and I don't think there was much, if any, ice in this area. Although neighboring towns off to the east have apparently experienced a certain amount of ice and enough ice accumulation to bring down some power lines here and there. But all in all, it could have been a lot worse. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Jeeves has been seen recently at the beginning of my most recent Hermitcraft vanilla video. The link for that is in the description if you want to have a look. I'm considering the possibility of having Jeeves show up even more often. Let me know what you think. Anyway, with all of this recent talk about Banished, and the fact that everybody who has seen it wants it, and it's not going to be available until February the 18th, I decided to reach back and get out SimCity 2000 Network Edition again. And in this time, instead of trying to make a regular, ordinary kind of LP out of it, because I did seem to have some issues with that. Plus, it really didn't seem to go over super well on this channel. But I thought I'd bring it out, and instead of just showing all that gameplay, especially in early game in SimCity, it's very slow going. I decided that instead I would go ahead and do what I'm going to do in it, but provide updates occasionally to the status and development of Jool City. The first of which is right now. Alright, here's the Jool City update report. You can see here that this is the area that belongs to the city that's under development, and you can see by this that that's not very much of the available real estate. And that's because it's fairly early on in the life of the city. The power plant, which has to be replaced every 50 years, is 20 years old. There is $833 in the city's budget, and if we look at the budget, we're gaining some from taxes, we're spending some for police and fire updates, and we're
spending for transportation, and we're having an estimated cash flow of about $37 a year right now. Now that will go up as the population increases. And as for the population itself, if we look at this, we have a population of 1,700. The neighboring town has 2,100. The others all have less. And that's going to change over time as the budget increases and it becomes possible to buy more land out this way. If I right click, it'll actually center there. And what I'll be doing is I'll continue to buy land in a strip that is wide enough for the road, 3 blocks on this side, 3 blocks on that side, with the 4th block being where I'm going to be putting water pumps and more of these wind power plants, because I'm going to use wind power to produce the electricity so that when the power plant blows I won't have to replace it, which is a good thing because that thing costs $4,000 to replace, and it takes most of the 50 years to generate enough to buy another one. At least that's how it works in my experience. So the next update, let's see, the year right now is September 1980. I'm thinking that I'll be making the next update sometime around 2050.
Now, in addition to this little adventure thing with Jool City, I will be doing a Banished LP on the gaming channel just as soon as I can get a hold of that thing and start doing it. And also, I'm looking at another game that I think is very interesting, another kind of city building-ish kind of thing. But first, before I get into that, I have to test to see whether or not it's going to work or be recordable. So until then, I'm not going to say anything about it. And that's pretty much what's going on. How are you dealing with the winter and the snow and all that crap that's falling out of the sky all over us? Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.
Here's the tinfoil ship.